Howdy, soldiers. Not my apartment looking like it's 7 p.m. when it's fully 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I mentioned before that I have a curiosity cabinet full of wonders and dreams, and so I thought it would be fun to like show off some of the weird shit that I have. Because I don't know about you, but I like love seeing what's in other people's homes. Like, show me what you got, you know? I'm just nosy. Without further ado, here is a tour of all the vintage curiosities that I've accumulated. Lighting is just gonna get real weird and yellow, but we need it. So first of all, this is my cabinet. She's almost 5 feet tall and was made for me by my dad from an old cabinet that he had, and let me tell you, this bitch is heavy. So if you were thinking about breaking in and stealing any of this stuff, good luck with that. Okay, I'm gonna be turning around a ton and looking at stuff, so if the back of my head looks weird, no it doesn't. So over here we have some fake plants for ambiance, a ceramic pumpkin that my friend bullied me into buying at IKEA, some candles, a lovely hourglass that I got when I went to Seattle with my mom, and then some wine bottles. This one has fake flowers in it. It's not like I'm a frat boy putting empty bottles of Kraken rum around their sink for like decor, you know? This is one of my latest acquisitions. This is a turkey skull that I got from the Weirdos Market here in Vancouver. I've decided to name her Marisol. I feel like at this point I have a skull or a skull adjacent item in every room. So like every room needs a guardian. So Marisol is the patron saint of my curio cabinet. I also have not one, but 2 letter openers that look like mini swords. This one I got when I was in Milan. And then this one actually has a bone handle, and it's something that my friend's father, who's a contractor, found in a house that they were renovating. And they were like, bones. Rachel will want that. I mean, good on me for keeping my brand consistent. And this over here, I'm gonna move you guys in a little bit. This is the most gorgeous PR package that I have ever got from Raincoast when they were putting out packages for the Shadow and Bone TV show. Let's move this light over here. Oh god, this is already very chaotic. I have one of my many crowns. This one's from Luna Corvus, for everyone wondering. And then we have some lovely art in a antler frame by Slovenian Heritage. We will see them again once we get into the cabinet. I need to back you guys up. Well, let's look inside, shall we? Oh, can you see my vacuum? All right, here we go. Let's open her up. Okay, so this is my first shelf. The first shelf, like all of the shelves, is a combination of a lot of bones and books. That is going to be a theme prevalent in today's video. So over here in this glass terrarium, we have the first of many antlers, and I'm not going to take it out because it takes forever to put back in. In the back there, we have some vintage photographs and my Hogwarts house card, which is when my bookstore ran an event for when Cursed Child came out, and like, wow, remember when that was the only scandal of Harry Potter? If we move over a little bit more, I have some antique books. I have Spencer's Fairy Queen, which is one of my absolute favorite pieces of old literature, and Alice in Wonderland. I also have this duck-billed dinosaur skull, which, like, I'm no geneticist, but this can't be real. Now that I think about it, I think this is one of the only skulls I have that doesn't have a name. Leave your name for him in the comments below. I have my antique teapot and one of my ultimate favorite antiques that I've ever found. That is this beautiful pair of glasses from when I went to South Africa. I believe the clerk said these were like early 1900s. And I love them with all my heart and what's left of my soul. Hey, you wanna see a fish spine? Because I got you covered. Look at that guy. Speaking of bones, in the back lives my cow jaw that I got off of Etsy that turned out to be way bigger than I thought it was gonna be from the description. But you know what? In this economy, I'll take it. But look, she has some of her teeth, and she's like pretty solid. There's no cracks in this. I do get my bones from ethical sources. So for example, this came from a lady who has a cow farm, or I try and buy from like vintage stores where the animal has been dead for a very long time. Or I go to places like skullstore.ca, which I love the fact that that is a domain that exists. They deal with roadkill or like dead farm animals, or even recycling museum pieces that, you know, the museums are getting rid of. So I now own this. Make sure to read descriptions of things you buy online, kids. We also have this little butterfly wing, which this makes me think of like fairy magic. And then over here I have some very old books. This one still has some gold foil. This is Wilson's Tales of the Borders, Volume 3, whatever that means. Oh my gosh, Paternoster Row? I was just studying this. This is Tales of the Borders in Scotland. Okay, I'm currently sitting on a stool, but it looks like I'll have to fully get on the floor for the second and third shelves. So, let's go. Right, hello. Shelf 2. Shelf 2 has a little bit more of like a antique traveler kind of vibe to it. If this shelf could be personified, it would be Rachel Weisz as Evie from The Mummy. So if we start in this corner, I have my little antique globe, which is very obviously fake, unfortunately, but you know, she's serving me well. She's holding on. We also have some bones, because of course we do. So this is a vertebrae from a deer, question mark, that I got in Victoria. This underneath is a book of wonder voyages, and back here is a travel catalog. This was originally printed in 1750, but this must be from like early 1900s, probably later, honestly, because it's in too good condition. And then we have a little antique book catalog that has some Old English fairy tales, a mermaid series, The Elven Peddler, which I just love the title of that one. And this gorgeous thing that is fully falling apart. I don't even think, yeah, there you go. The cover comes right off. Like, look how beautiful that is. I am such a sucker for like a falling apart book with a beautiful cover embossing. Like, I was supposed to see this at a store and not take it home with me. Look at that, even the edges, oh my god. It's actually signed by like multiple people, and I love when books have signatures or writing in them. We'll get to that later. This says, "With all my love, Nicole, Christmas 1994. I also have a copy of The Wizard of Oz and Black Beauty, which I think are from the 50s. Okay, so this guy is actually one of the first antlers I ever got. I got this up the coast of BC. It's in kind of rough shape, it's a bit cracked, very textured, but yeah, I think this one was like one of the first ones that started the obsession. Oh, there's another antler in here. This I also got when I was in South Africa. This is a springbok antler, and here's a pocket watch that my grandfather owned in the 1940s from Germany. And then over here is my antique book stand that I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $10. Wrought iron, very heavy, very beautiful. And then sitting on that stand is my Water Spirit storybook that, like I mentioned earlier, Slovenian Heritage, the brand, sent me when they sent me a beautiful box full of Slovenian Heritage fairy tale stuff. And this is so cool and so beautiful, so it sits there as a place of honor. Hi, welcome to the third shelf. I fully forgot that there was like 4 shelves in this, because you come to my channel for the books, not the math. To be completely honest, the third shelf is a mishmash of stuff. You know, we love them all. Why don't we start with the exciting old stuff in the corner? So this corner over here has some of my oldest old books. So first we have this one, which is a tiny little pocket book, which is the life of the Reverend Wesley. I have no idea who that is, but I love this book so much. It does have a signature in it. And this one is from 1878, baby. I'm holding dusty history in my hands right now. Then next we have this one, which is, I think, even older. I bought this in Vancouver. It's a modern geography book from 1841. So something tells me that this isn't accurate anymore. Get you like nice up close. Look at that texture. Oh my god, this is so cool, and it must live in the cabinet, otherwise it would like just disintegrate in my hands. And then lastly, I have this guy, and I don't know what this is because I bought this when I was in Italy, and it's something to do with Christian religion, but like look, it still has the beautiful paper on the inside. Also, somebody who can read Roman numerals, please tell me what this date is, because it seems old. Damn, these old books fucking go hard. Like, look at that beautiful edge work, and like, can you see the embossing on it? You can see it on the back a little bit better. Ooh, look at that! That is so gorgeous. And like, is it haunted? I don't know, but I like to live life on the edge. Then I have this book, which is not quite as old and not quite as exciting, I guess. It's like a spelling grammar book, but you can see the pencil marks beside the instructions, and I just think that's so cool. So look at that. I didn't even see this in the very back. It says Victoria, BC, printed by Charles F. Banfield, printer to the King's Most Excellent Majesty, 1925. And look at the back. Oh, this person's handwriting is like so much nicer than mine. I wonder if in like, I don't know, a couple hundred years, if people are gonna be looking back at like my like multiplication table worksheets that I did in 5th grade to be like, oh my god, this girl was, you know, a genius. And keeping all those books in line is this lovely dish that I got from my grandmother, which has 2 swans engraved on it. What's in here? Oh, jewelry. We got another antler, folks. To be completely honest, I don't remember where I got this one. I do remember where I got the next thing from, and that is this blown glass unicorn with blue-green wings. This is something that my grandfather gave me when I was 5 or 6. I remember sitting in their farmhouse kitchen with like the yellow linoleum and the wallpaper with the green and brown, sitting at their kitchen table with the radio on and being given this because I was obsessed with unicorns as a child and still kind of am. Also under that is my duo from Andersen's Fairy Tales and Grimm's Fairy Tales, and I got that in an antique store in New York City, I think. This guy right here is a friendship doll that I also got when I was in South Africa. Like, look at the work and detail on that. Beautiful. And she sits right next to my elephant marionette. I'm not going to take it out because it takes forever to put him back on his feet. I also have this like fake antique pocket watch that I got when I was in London. I am a sucker for some exposed gear work, I really am. I also have a dinosaur cloth and another skull that is not real. It has sat in front of my parents' fireplace for like 2 decades of my life. So when I moved, they're like, do you want this? I'm like, yes, I do. Okay, I wonder if I can just angle that down a little bit. We're gonna change some light sources, hold on. All right, fully on my floor. This is the 4th shelf. I also don't know what this shelf is or stands for, but there is a lot of more fairy tale stuff on here, so it's also a fairy tale shelf. I guess everything's a fairy tale shelf in this household. First of all, we have White as Milk, Red as Blood, which is a beautiful graphic novel that my friend got to me for some birthday or otherwise related event that I don't remember. I also have a copy of Grizz Grimley's Grimm Fairy Tales because I love the art style in here. Like, oh, look at that bitch. Oh, that is so cool. I love this like creepy Tim Burton-esque type of artwork. Like, look at that. That is so cool. And my 3rd fairy tale book is another Brothers Grimm, and this was given to me by my friend for maybe it was Christmas. And this also has beautiful color illustrations. So these are not the sanitized fairy tales of your childhood. These are the ones where people get like torn apart by wolves. And I think I prefer those, honestly. And I have this guy, which is a phrenology bust that I got from Value Village. Phrenology, it was a weird time in science. You should look it up. I also have a beautiful copy of East of the Sun and West of the Moon, which is one of my favorite fairy tales, and I love this edition. We have the other half of my Corvid bookends. The other half is on my bookshelf. And 5 of Andrew Lang's Color Fairy book series. I have blue, red, violet, gray, and brown. And these are collections of fairy tales that he put into books that are just named like the red fairy book, the blue fairy book. They're very hard to find. I somehow managed to find, I think 4 of them in New York and 1 of them here in Vancouver. So I had to buy them as soon as I saw them. Another random piece of my childhood is this old-fashioned diver's helmet, which sat in my grandparents' vacation cabin for, again, until I was like 23, I think, when they sold it. And so I managed to nab this. And then I just have some like half-bird candles that we don't need to talk about. All right, made it. Let's get up. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my curiosity cabinet tour. I certainly did. Forgot I even had some of this stuff. What this has really taught me is that I need to vacuum my floor. Please leave down below if you also collect anything. I feel like that's one of the greatest questions to ask somebody because you learn a lot about them from what they like to collect. So I like to collect bones that are not mine and old antique books and creepy weird things. You can psychoanalyze that all you want. I think I will also be able to get this video out before the holidays, so happy holidays everybody! I hope that you have a wonderful time. I know right now is especially difficult with new restrictions going up everywhere and just COVID being wild. So please have a safe holiday. You know, I'm sure you've heard a million times, small gatherings, mask up. Please be safe. But whether it's with friends or with family or with both, I hope you guys have a good time that's full of like holiday cheer and like delicious hot cocoa and whatever kind of holiday treat that you enjoy around the winter holiday time. I'm not a big hot chocolate person, but I am German and that means that when the mulled wine and marzipan comes out, like, take it away from me because I will eat it all. On that note, I have to go check my oven because I'm making chicken nuggets. I have to work up until Christmas, but I have the week between Christmas and New Year's off. So I will likely have another video up before the new year. It'd be so nice to have more time to like film and do creative stuff, and I look forward to it a lot. You know where to click to like the video, you know where to click to subscribe. I hope you guys are all having a nice day wherever you are. Happy holiday season, and I will see you all next week. Bye!